Uttam Tambar combines a deep understanding of chemical reactions with innovative approaches to make useful molecules. Already, this UT Southwestern researcher has made a major impact on synthetic chemistry, and one of his discoveries is providing hope to patients with kidney cancer. What inspires him?
I think he's driven by a passion for fundamental science. It's really the excitement of discovering new chemistry that motivates a lot of his research.
Uttam, has a great passion for science, and he also has just a really strong sense of working with young people and making them love science.
There's something very special about Uttam. He's a very passionate guy, and he really cares deeply about his science and about doing right by everybody.
Dr. Tambar is parlaying that passion, combining it with a keen intellect, scientific creativity, and hard work into new findings that hold the potential to improve our world. For these achievements, the Welch Foundation recognizes this rising star with the 2019 Norman Hackerman Award in Chemical Research.
The holy grail of synthetic chemistry is being able to take a chemical and basically design catalysts to modify it the way you want. In many ways, my interest in chemical reactivity, new ways of thinking about making molecules, that drives all of our research.
Early on, Dr. Tambar became interested in hydrocarbons, abundant and inexpensive chemicals, as possible starting points for new drugs or cleaner fuels. However, their strong bonds make them challenging to modify. The petrochemical industry, for example, expends billions of dollars and lots of energy to turn one type of hydrocarbon into another, using catalysts and high heat to break the bonds between the atoms. Dr. Tambar decided to tackle the problem from a different direction. His out-of-the-box idea? Leverage paracyclic reactions instead. And over the past decade, his lab has pioneered tools and techniques that successfully use this approach to functionalize hydrocarbon. One early project that involved inserting a nitrogen atom, since nitrogen is found in about 80% of all drugs, has led to a compound, now in phase 2 clinical trials to treat kidney cancer.
He's fearless. He is unafraid of doing things, attempting science that other people have never accomplished. Also, he's a clear thinker. He knows what he wants to do and digs in, sets a trajectory, and achieves it.
He's, I think, really excited about basic chemistry and understanding chemical reactivity, understanding catalysis. He wants to be able to develop new synthetic methods to solve problems that people haven't been able to solve before. And he's been relentless in pushing the science wherever it takes him.
At UT Southwestern, they like to say they put the chemistry back into biochemistry and created an environment where chemists and biologists work together to tackle tough problems.
Uttam is a natural. He really is at ease with himself. He thinks clearly, and he also communicates very well. So it was kind of a piece of cake for him to fit into our department. He's just done fantastically the whole time he's been here.
It's really fun for us. When I came here, I knew very little biology. And so for my first 4 or 5 years, I felt like a kid in a candy store. Everywhere I turned, I was learning something new, and it was really exciting.
Today, his passion for science and solving important problems is moving Dr. Tambar's research in new directions.
In the next phase of our lab, we're looking at different modes of chemical reactivity. One of them is using radical reactions. It's a class of reactions that our field for decades used to think were totally uncontrollable and crazy reactions, but in recent years the field has developed new ways to harness radical reactivity, so we're looking a lot at that.
He is also interested in working with other widely available materials, such as biomass, as the basis for new drugs and other useful applications.
One of the main goals of modern synthetic chemistry, I think, is to design selective ways to functionalize starting materials into more complex products. The simpler your starting material, often the more possible products you can make.
At home, Uttam applies the same level of passion to his family. UT Southwestern physician Padmaja Reddy, son Arjun, and daughter Jaya. The couple first met as undergraduates at Harvard, but it took 8 years and a chance re-meeting to spark the romance.
He likes to tell a story about how he told his friends that very first day that he liked me. I don't know if that's myth or fact at this point, but he likes to tell the story.
At Harvard, the two shared friends, and Uttam tutored her in organic chemistry.
Turns out with all of his love of chemistry, he married a woman who has no talent for it. So he taught me a lot. And I think even then it was really clear how much he loved the subject matter.
While originally planning to follow in his parents' footsteps and become a physician, Uttam's Harvard experience convinced him to make chemistry his career. After graduation, he followed that passion to Caltech, and the two lost touch. Years later, they reconnected by chance.
He's an amazing father. I think he looks at fatherhood with the same intensity that he looks at his career obligations.
That intensity and passion also extend into his teaching.
I love teaching in the classroom, but also in lab. For us in the lab, I always tell my students that just because you're done taking classes, that doesn't mean you're done learning new things.
He's really excited about the educational part of his students, as human beings and as scientists, both. So I think he's one of our best mentors we have in our department.
He is somebody that contributes at every level. He's an all-rounder, we call him. He chairs our organic chemistry graduate program. He really cares about mentoring students, so he's really delightful to have in the department at every level.
What does the future hold for this rising star and his passion for chemistry?
When I learn new biology, I see the chemistry. I think about the chemical reactions that must be occurring in a cell, and that really fascinates me. Or when I think about new directions in alternative sources of energy, I see the chemistry underlying some of these new directions.
In his age group, he's the leader in his field, not only as a scientist, but also as a person and an educator. Uttam really is the future of chemistry.
Saluting his current accomplishments and celebrating his promise of further advances in chemistry to improve lives. The Welch Foundation honors Uttam K. Tambar with the 2019 Norman Hackerman Award in Chemical Research.